Thanks, Cole. Hi, Adam. Just looking at particularly the bowling attack for this series is obviously quite...
Recording in progress.
Obviously quite inexperienced. Do you feel any, I guess, expectation on this tour to sort of step up a little bit, being one of the more senior players, not just in the bowling group, but in the team itself?
Yeah, it's a really good question. I guess when you look at our bowling attack, we've got a couple of guys who have probably played a few games for Australia and maybe some that haven't played any ODI cricket for Australia yet. So, yeah, my role will be pretty similar to usual, I assume. Like, I'll be trying to get wickets through the middle to make the job easier at the back end. But, yeah, it's going to be really nice to see some of those young guys in the team. It's going to be really good to be able to build some depth in the squad as well.
And just on yourself, I know you've spoken a lot about how pretty much for most of your career you've kind of looked to prove people wrong. You know, you're always told that you didn't spin the ball enough or what have you. Given what you've achieved in the last 12 months, you seemingly, is this the most secure you've ever felt in the national team? And has it sort of been a bit of a change of mindset that you're not kind of fighting for selection all the time anymore because you've had so much success over the last little while?
Yeah, it's a really good question as well. I think it's probably made easier. My job's been made easier. I think like Aaron Finch has helped me massively with my game. He backs me in when I'm out there and kind of lets me run my own show with my bowling and has been really good with his own ideas as well. But yeah, he's been a big backing of mine. Same as Andrew. And I tend to, I feel like I don't have to look over my shoulder too much with selection these days. And I'm just, I'm probably going on from your last question, I see myself as a really important part of this bowling attack. And I guess to answer your question, I'm definitely not looking over my shoulder as much as I probably was when I was a little bit younger.
Just one, sorry, could you just repeat that? I missed it. You cut out a little bit when you just said you don't feel like you have to look over your shoulder anymore, and then you lost you.
Yeah, I don't have to look over my shoulder as much as I did when I was younger, basically. I definitely feel more comfortable in this team. It's made a lot easier by having Aaron Finch as my captain. He really backs me in. Big supporter of mine, same as Andrew as well. So, yeah, basically I feel like I'm definitely more comfortable in my place in this team now than I was when I was younger, that's for sure.
Cool, thank you, mate.
Wahid, we'll persist with the internet, guys. It is coming in and out a little bit. So, Wahid.
All right. Adam, good morning, and first of all, very warm welcome to be here. How are you excited for Pakistan-Australia series? And then, other is, are you planning to target someone special? I mean, any special batter?
Yeah, it's really exciting to be here in Pakistan. Obviously, the first time that basically all of us have visited, other than the guys that have been here for the Test series and a few guys that have played PSL before. But yeah, it's really exciting to be here. We haven't played ODI cricket for a long time, and Pakistan's always a really tough series. I think, as I said earlier, there's no one in particular that I'll target. Obviously, Pakistan have some really big wickets, but my role will be to just try and get into that middle to lower order to make the guys at the end have an easier job, I guess.
Adrice Malik.
Thank you, Cole. Adam, I saw you during the T20 World Cup. You were playing very nicely, and especially against Pakistan. And definitely you have watched the Test series and the last match at Lahore, where Nathan Lyon beautifully bowled. So, do you think this wicket will help you as well, and you will help Australia to win the ODI series?
Yeah, it's obviously Test cricket's different to ODI cricket. I think you'll probably see pretty fresh wicket. Maybe it will get lower and slower towards the back end of the series, but yeah, I think there'll be no footmarks like Nathan was bowling into the other day. It'll be tough work to bowl to the Pakistani batsman.
Justin Chadwick.
Yeah, g'day Adam. Thanks for taking the time out to chat. I just wanted to go back on how you said with selection now you feel like you don't have to look over your shoulder. Can you explain to us how much freer you feel during games, just instead of just worried about, I guess, holding your spot now, you can really just express yourself and really reach your potential there?
Yeah, I guess things like that probably happen naturally over time. Like I guess when you're younger, you naturally probably look over your shoulder. You doubt yourself a lot more. Whereas you have up and downs in your career and up and downs in selection and everything like that kind of adds up to like you build up a bit of a defence. You build up confidence, experience just in general. So yeah, like I feel like this point in my career, like I have I've played 65 ODIs and probably the same amount in T20s for Australia. So I've built up a game plan, a certain preparation that I feel like I need to succeed at this level. So yeah, it's like I've been in this team for 6 years now, and yeah, I guess you never probably want to use the term or the word comfortable, but I definitely back myself in a lot more these days. And yeah, I have, as I said before about this group and Finchie in particular, who's a big supporter of mine. I feel like I can go out there and maybe experiment and put things on the line for the team to try and do my role, I guess. My role in this team is really important. So yeah, it's kind of just been built up over a long time, mate.
Cool, thanks for that.
All right.
Thanks, Noel. Morning, Adam. Just the fact that most countries don't play enough 50-over cricket. You played, a handful of them in the last couple of years. Has it become one of those formats where you just get into the game and try to get the rhythm back, or do you prepare differently at all?
Yeah, I guess when you look at it, T20 cricket and one-day cricket it's probably quite a large difference these days. Obviously, the 4 out, the 2 new balls, which a lot of our guys aren't really exposed to that often, because even in Australia, domestic cricket, we don't play a lot of one-day cricket. So these guys that are in our squad now, a bit of inexperience. It's a different ball game. So as you said, we haven't played a lot of it. A lot of the onus will fall on the experienced guys, myself, Finchie, Stoin, Bison. So yeah, it's a different format. We've got to get our head around that and get our head around, I guess, the preparation for the next World Cup, which isn't too far away now.
If we just another question, and sorry, Adam. Now that Mohammad seems to have taken over as the coffee man in the test squad, is there a potential coffee off between you two, or is there any competition at all?
No competition. Obviously, Marnus has gone out of his way to do a pretty amazing coffee setup for the squad here. Marnus is as I said, he's just he's got like the setup. It's a unbelievable coffee setup. So no competition. I think it's been really handy for the squad to have here. Sometimes I drink some different coffees to Marnus. So no competition.
Thank you.
Mohammad Newman.
Hi Zampa, first of all welcome to Lahore. My question is, we have seen that in Test cricket the spinners were a little bit struggling and the fast bowlers were dominating mostly. So as a spinner, how are you looking forward to this series, and what is your expectations from the wickets in this series? Thank you.
Yeah, one day cricket's different to Test match cricket. You can build pressure in different ways. Potentially, depending on what kind of wicket we have, it could be really tough to score. So building pressure in your spell, in your over, to hopefully get a rash shot out of the batsman is kind of how it's done in white ball cricket compared to red ball cricket, where it's kind of a grind over 20 or 30 over spells in the day. So Yeah, it's a saying. It's white ball cricket's, universal. So you just got to kind of build pressure, no matter where you're playing. Doesn't really matter on the wicket. You just got to get the job done. Yeah.
Shabazz Ali.
Hello, Zampa. First of all, welcome here in Bahar. Zampa, if we say Pakistan team, it is our team is very good form in white ball cricket, like lately in one day as well as T20. And we have a good batters like Babar, Rizwan, and Haider batters, Khushdil, Asif. Do you have any plan for any batsman to control that?
I go pretty in depth in planning, which I haven't done yet. Obviously, got 2 days before the games still, so I'll probably sit down in the next couple of days and try and work out Bubba's strengths, Rizwan's strengths, and try and have them in the back of my mind, and potentially some ways to dismiss them or get dots and build pressure. So there's always some planning that goes into these series.
3 more here, guys. We've got Abbas, Raza, Martin Smith and Usman Khan. Abbas.
Hello. Do you think the hot weather of Lahore will be a problem for you?
No. Australia is pretty hot in the summer, so it's obviously it's just a different kind of heat. But if you I guess if you're a cricketer and you can't play in hot weather, you're probably playing the wrong sport.
Marty.
Thanks, Cole. Just on one beyond this series, Zam, so I know you've got a baby on the way and whatnot, and not playing IPL. Do you know when your next game of cricket will be after this tour? Like, will you look to go to England or something, or are you just going to try and play some internationals when they come up? Yeah, obviously. My wife's due June, so there's potentially a white ball series that I'll miss in Sri Lanka. It's pretty rare for a cricketer these days to get 3 months off, so I'm really going to make the most of it. Potentially the next game of cricket that I'll have is the 100 ball competition, and then we've got a lot of cricket after that. So I think we've got a series in the top end, possibly. Nothing confirmed yet, but I actually sat down with George Bailey yesterday, and there's potentially 15 games of cricket for me before the World Cup. So there's going to be a lot of rest coming up for me, but then definitely enough cricket before it gets real again.
Last one, guys. Usman Khan.
Zampa, first of all, welcome to Lahore. My question is that some of your key players like Pat Cummins, Stark, and now the Steve Smith is got injured now, and the other 3 guys left to Australia. So how difficult is for you to beat Pakistan in their own backyard? Tell me something about it.
It's going to be a difficult challenge, mate. I guess the plus that comes from it, as it always does when these things happen, is you build depth. We've seen, particularly in the last couple of years, that being a 3 format player is really hard, and sometimes guys like Cummo, Smith, Warner, they need that break, and it's definitely understandable. But as I said to you, it'll be really good to build depth when you have so much inexperience in one team. It does make it really hard, but it's definitely going to be a challenge, but hopefully we get through it, mate. Like, these series are really important to us, and if we were to come up with a series win with the inexperience that we've got here, it'll be a really nice feeling.